So everybody, welcome to Gallery Teachers English Masterclass. If you haven't met me before, my name is Alex and I'm one of the English teachers here at Gallery Teachers. And I hope you enjoy today's session. So today is going to be very much a grammar-focused masterclass. We will be looking at some quantifiers. Those are few and a few, little and a little. Okay, so these can cause learners, understandably, quite a bit of confusion as to how to use them accurately and confidently. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Here we go. First, we will focus on little versus a little. So that's how we'll go so far. So that's how we'll start, sorry. We will compare little and a little, and then few and a few. Okay, because there are significant similarities, and it's by comparing them that you really understand the difference. Okay, so both little and a little are quantifiers. Okay, we're talking about amounts. They mean some or a small amount. We use a little with singular uncountable nouns. Okay. Yes, I can help you. I have a little time, for example. Now, little without the article has a negative meaning as it expresses a lack of something. Okay, it means not enough or not as much as was hoped for. Okay, so reality versus expectations. Little, not enough, or not as much as hoped for. We can use little with uncountable nouns. So note, little and a little are both for uncountable nouns. Okay, so for example, little time, little money. Examples. Okay, so this should help us. Imagine you're walking along the street and you see someone with a clipboard or an iPad, and they stop you and they say, sorry, do you have time to answer some questions for our survey? Okay, notice the different responses. Person A says, yes, I have a little time. That means I have some time. It has a positive sense there. Okay, I have a little time. I have some time. It's positive. So this person will probably help with the survey. Compare person B. No, sorry, I have little time today. I have little time. Now we know little has a negative connotation here. So I don't have much time in a negative sense. All right. Notice the difference between the positive and the negative connotation. They're both for uncountable nouns, so time is fine here. Note, now this is quite important, little is mainly used for formal language. Okay, so often in writing and in formal speech. Typically in informal spoken English, we prefer the less formal not much for uncountable nouns like time. For example, the person could respond, no, sorry, I don't have much time today. Likewise, some or a little bit of are less formal alternatives to a little. So person A could actually respond, yes, I have a little bit of time today. So notice there are some less formal equivalents too. One more note, little and a little can also function as pronouns when substituting for a noun that is obvious from the context. Okay. Little without a noun is unusual but possible in formal speaking and writing. So for the first point about functioning as a pronoun, example, tell us a little about your previous work experience, meaning tell us information, right? Tell us a little about your previous work experience. And then we have the formal use of little without a noun. Little is known about his whereabouts, meaning his location. So that's quite formal. Okay, so that's little versus a little. Now, in a similar way, we have few versus a few. So both few and a few are also quantifiers. That means some or a small number. We use a few with plural countable nouns. So notice not uncountable like little, countable for few. Few, without the article, has a negative meaning as it expresses a lack of something, right? Familiar? It means not enough or not as many as hoped for. We also use few with plural countable nouns. So there we go. Let's compare. So here are two, they look similar sentences, but the connotations are different, okay? So positive and negative. Person a few people went to the party. Now that means a small number. Some attended the party in a positive sense. Maybe they just wanted a small party. Maybe they were happy with this. It's mainly just a statement. Whereas person B writes, few people went to the party, meaning a small number attended, but in a negative sense, not as many as hoped for. So the party organizers were probably quite disappointed. Another example. So again, few without a noun is unusual, but possible in formal contexts, a bit like little. For example, few believed that the law should be changed. So with the noun, it would be people. Few people believed, okay, or few citizens believed. But here, formal to remove the noun and just have few. Few believed. Now we can do a bit more comparison between little and few. So little and few have the same meaning, but remember, little is for singular uncountable nouns and few is for plural countable nouns. Please compare. Example, they didn't want to move out of their apartment, but they had little choice. Choice is uncountable in this context, so we use little, and it's got that negative meaning. Other example, few tourists travel to Southern Europe in the autumn, even though the weather is perfect that time of year. I hope you all noticed the use of even though from our last masterclass. So tourists, plural and countable, few tourists, not as many as maybe they would expect. Now, we compared little and few. Now we're comparing a little and a few. They also have the same meaning, but remember, a little is for singular, uncountable nouns, and a few is for plural, countable nouns. Compare. I have a little money, so I'll pay for these drinks. Okay, like some. I have a little money, so I'll pay for these drinks. Money, uncountable noun. We spent a few days in Tokyo. What an amazing city. Days, plural and countable, a few days.